Hi everyone! Hollywood is on the verge of major catastrophe that could lead to the collapse of the US economy. I am talking about a large-scale strike of the Screenwriters and Actors Guild of America unions. The fact is that the first week of the Hollywood strike had passed, and it had exposed a very interesting and far from pleasant background of the world of big cinema. After all, on the one hand, industry representatives have already calculated how much time they have left to resolve the conflict before the situation gets out of control and becomes really fatal for movies and TV shows. On the other hand, it turned out that there is no unity among the actors. While most of them are on strike, the main stars continue to work and receive many millions of dollars. Soon a split and a new strike will begin among the big actors. But this time we will see on the streets such actors like Tom Cruise. So the situation is getting more interesting. But first, you need to know why this happened. In early May, the Writers Union of America began a large-scale strike. They demand higher salaries, better working conditions, royalties, protection from artificial intelligence, etc. For 2.5 months, their authors and film studios have not been able to come to an agreement. Because of this, a lot of television and film productions stopped or underwent changes in work schedules. But last week, an epical event took place. After long negotiations, the Actors Union of America, which has 160,000 people, joined the writers' strike. Actors demand the same as the script writers: more money, more security at work, royalties from shows on streaming, and of course, protection from artificial intelligence. This aspect is particularly worrying for both authors and actors, who fear that their voices and images will be digitalized, after which studios will use only their copies or avatars, and people will be out of work. So, the strike became a very important event for Hollywood. Because of this event, big studios lose tens of millions of dollars every day. Nevertheless, the parties cannot agree. Each side claims that it made serious concessions, but the other side did not support them. However, the parties have very little time, because the production process has stopped so much that in a matter of weeks the entire US film industry may collapse. Barry Diller, former head of ABC Fox Broadcasting Company and Paramount, says the strike must end by the 1st of September, otherwise Hollywood may cease to exist. Thus, the writers and actors have 6 weeks left to come to an agreement with the alliance of film and television producers. Otherwise, there will be a complete catastrophe. According to Barry Diller, if the strike do not end by the 1st of September, many projects will suffer from this, which will lead to a large-scale shortage of content in future. This will lead to an increase in subscription cancellations, which will lead to the collapse of Hollywood. Moreover, the Diller's gloomy forecast affect not only Hollywood, but also the largest streamers, because Netflix and Amazon viewers are constantly demanding new content. Moreover, the costs of maintaining streaming services now are very high. If audience start canceling subscriptions because of the lack of new series, the consequences for companies will be worse than for Hollywood. To put an end to the strike and increase the salaries of authors and honorary actors, Barry Diller and his colleagues propose to reduce the salaries of all high-paid actors by 25%. Someone can say that studios are offering to impose a special tax on rich and talented actors, which of course will be opposed by famous Hollywood stars. And yes, now you can say, what the hell do these actors want? They receive millions of dollars a year and still dare to strike. But that's the problem. We see only the rich tip of the Hollywood iceberg and do not understand how the film industry works. I'll explain everything to you now. The fact is that only 1 or 2% out of the total number of actors receives glory and million-dollar salaries. The remaining 99%, according to the head of the Actors Union, are ordinary workers. All their money goes to an ordinary apartment, car, food, and school for their children. Everything you watch, everything you like, this stage is filled with people who don't earn a lot of money. Even if you don't believe, then listen to the official statistics. So, let's take California for example. This is a very rich and prosperous state, where the biggest salaries and the biggest prices in the USA. So, how much does an average actor earn in this state? The answer will surprise you. It is only $27.73 an hour. Yes, this is the official report of the US Bureau of Labor Statistics for 2022. However, the Bureau noted in the data that the actors receive money for part-time work and also that they don't receive money throughout the year. Plus, it is the average value. It also takes into account the huge money of 1% of the super rich actors. A simple supporting actor or a stuntman most likely receive from $10 to $15 per hour. By the standards of California, this is very small amount of money. So now I think the actors' demands no longer seem unreasonable or supernatural. Anyway, while the vast majority of actors demand higher wages and better working conditions, their wealthy colleagues are not too happy about the strike. After all, everything was fine with them. Now they can't earn tens of millions because of production shutdowns. Moreover, they may lose a quarter of their income, which will be divided among the plebeians. According to Insider, many rich actors, not publicly, are beginning to express their dissatisfaction with rebellious colleagues. They continue to be filmed during the union strike. For example, Tom Cruise asked the union for permission to advertise his new movie Mission Impossible. Yes, this does not fit into the rules of the strike, but the fact is that a very expensive mission cost $300 million, but its fees for the first weekend were very small. Now, Cruise is trying to somehow get permission to advertise his film. On the one hand, the actor can certainly be understood. However, his striking colleagues are not happy with his and other wealthy actors' behavior. So, gradually, the situation inside the actors' union is becoming tenser. This, of course, does not promote cohesion and creates a great split within the Actors Guild. For example, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was the highest paid actor of 2022. He earned about $270 million. Although he received most of the money from selling his own brand of tequila. Nevertheless, only in the 2022, The Rock made $100 million acting in movies. Tom Cruise also earned $100 million for his work in the movie Top Gun: Maverick. In general, most ordinary actors look at these huge salaries and do not understand how this is possible. Many support the proposal of studio to reduce the salary of famous actors by 25% and give this money to other actors. Studio heads also complain that top actors get too much money, and sometimes it is not clear why do they get so much money. However, rich actors don't want to lose 25% of their income. If the studios and the union agree on this decision, then the stars will begin their own strike. One way or another, the strike of authors and actors can lead to a large-scale economic crisis in the United States. The damage from the coming crisis may reach at least $4 billion. In the worst case, the crisis may hit other countries, which will lead to a complete collapse of the movie industry. The UK, Australia, New Zealand, Europe and other places where there are studios or post-production companies faced the consequences of the strike. Analysts say that Hollywood won't survive the upcoming financial storm. All in all, while poor and rich actors will negotiate with studios and among themselves, the entire movie industry can explode like one big bubble. That's it for today. Press like, write a comment and subscribe to the channel.